This unit aims to present you the e-instruments and tools related to skills and occupations that we use for the design of the Assets Plus courses, with a specific focus on ESCO. In general, every EU citizen needs to know some technical concepts for planning and training and work career within the territory of the European Union. And currently, several tools aims to facilitate free movement of students and workers in the different member states with their skill sets. And so, in this way, it's possible to link the national education and training systems. For these purposes, ECTS, EQF, ECVET, ENCA, ECAVET, ESCO, Europass, EURES were developed. Each of these tools has a specific focus on education, qualifications, quality assurance, training, skills, job opportunities, but they are all addressed to the general goal to develop a shared communication in the EU for employees, companies, and education institutions. The main current challenge is to create an interlinked system in which all the existing tools are interconnected and drive the EU citizens through the various platforms by their passport of skills, using a transparent terminology understandable by all. Going to ESCO is aimed to support workers' mobility across the EU and to create a more integrated labour market by offering a common understanding on skills, occupations, and qualifications. It serves as a glossary of occupations and skills relevant for the EU labour market and education and training. Basically, ESCO works as a dictionary describing, identifying, and classifying professional occupations, skills, and qualifications relevant to the EU labour market and education and training. By ESCO database, we help users to understand knowledge and skills related to specific occupation, but also knowledge, skills, and competencies related to a specific qualification, and also to understand the qualifications related with the specific occupation. Now, I would like to show you a brief official video of ESCO, giving you a clear understanding about the utility of ESCO for the several stakeholders.
Here at the European Skills, Competencies and Occupations Lab, we have been working on solutions to connect European job seekers and employers. People change their job or career path regularly. The times of looking at job ads in newspapers have passed. Employers and candidates turn to online platforms and tools. Errors occur when CVs and job vacancies pass from one system to another due to conflicts in language, format and syntax. But there is a solution: the ESCO Reality Goggles. These goggles have a number of phenomenal capacities. Take Specimen A. The employee that this CV belonged to is a conductor, and he wants to find a job abroad. When employers in other sectors or countries read this job title, they might not fully understand it. Looking through the ESCO goggles, this job will be broken down into knowledge, skills, and competencies, and therefore can be matched by employment services to jobs Europe-wide. Or in another instance, subject B, a recruiter looking for the best candidates in Europe. He is having trouble understanding their CVs. They come in different languages and interpretations. Using the common language of ESCO, employers can assess CVs from different European countries, regardless of where they come from. ESCO describes 3,000 occupations and 13,000 skills and competencies, and displays different qualifications in 26 languages, and makes CVs and job vacancies more transparent. Then look here at Specimen C. She has just received a diploma from an Italian university, but Swedish employers don't know what she has learned. Education and training providers can use ESCO to make their qualifications understandable in the 26 languages of ESCO. The testing phase of the beta version is over. So how can you get hold of ESCO and how much does it cost? ESCO is free and available for download in open format. Using ESCO is so seamless that most of its users won't even realise they are using it, let alone have to put on a pair of goggles. And thanks to ESCO, researchers will be able to monitor and forecast trends in the labour market and predict which skills will be in high demand in the future.
How we used ESCO in the framework of the Assets Plus project. And why? What's the background? The background is given by the DG for Employment, the General Direction of the European Commission for Employment, who invited the blueprint projects, the existing blueprint projects, to look at the structure of the ESCO occupations for establishing new occupational profiles and associated training programs. In doing so, there is a need to look at the evolution of the sector, and the ESCO Secretariat was interested in receiving inputs on skills trends and new occupational profiles linked to the defense technology by the Assets Plus consortium, as they were deeply investigated. And so, which were the benefits of this approach or this linking between Assets Plus and ESCO? Assets Plus use the ESCO taxonomy in the implementation of the courses, first of all, in order to make the training known and understandable in all the EU countries. But it was also useful to design the different training and work packs in a strategical way in order to be more easily understood and in all the EU countries. Using the ESCO taxonomy, the Assets Plus courses were able to be compared with other thematic training courses in order to understand possible new synergies in the future. For the learners of the Assets Plus courses, ESCO was incredibly useful, as by the ESCO taxonomy, the learner can convert what he learned in the framework of the assets training experience in competencies as defined by a shared language at EU level. And in this way, it's possible to overcome linguistic and social barriers and to make comprehensible activities to all the other training institutions and technicians in companies in the same relevant sector. At the same time, the acquired competencies can be transferred into easily conveyable curricula. So they can be written in a way that is readable for everybody. Of course, in this way, the learners can build cover letter, resumes, and enrich the vocabulary with some European recognized terms in order to develop a European understandable products and to sit in front of an interview confident that the learner is using an appropriate and shared language. At the same time, of course, employability is facilitated a lot, as the learner can select the best job opportunities and in line with skills and aspirations, and facilitate so the next phases and the possible utility of the Assets Plus training activities. Assets Plus, how was it used in the framework of the Assets Plus consortium? ESCO was used by preparing some sample occupations entry on the basis of the available blueprints, with a very clear and structured occupation profile. After that, some detailed steps were fixed in order to establish the skills, the work context, hierarchical placement, and properties in order to define and deeply the occupational profile in an easy way. Third step, new occupational profiles were developed on the basis of the ESCO structure. After that, I would like to give you some information about the other contributions you can assess, as one is given by Dr. Irene Spada, University of Pisa, who managed the definition of the occupational profiles relevant in the framework of the Assets Plus, and the way in which Assets Plus benefited of ESCO. The other important contribution is given by Professor Dorata Standiska and Professor Andrei Maica of the Vresco University of Technology, and they implemented the piloted courses using the ESCO terminology, and so they will say and explain how it was useful in the implementation of their courses. Thank you for your attention.